Alright, Shalom Akyam. Alright, first I'll call on Yahweh Bashim Yahushai Bashim Kakadash. Double honors to our apostles and elders, great millstone, root well to the spirit. Be blessed to the hopeful elect. Scott throughout the four corners of the earth, preaching, living the words, city of truth. Alright, it's Brother Yarala from GMS Dallas. Still in transit this morning. Quick in transit on the spirit of power, in the spirit of power, Bashim Yahushai. And just kind of going to speak on, things that are currently happening right now. We're in a beautiful time right now. We're in a time of this prophecy happening. Persecution started. The Hebrew Israelites are being more addressed. They're still called as black Hebrew Israelites. But nonetheless, the persecution started amongst the elect, the men of the Lord. As His word is gaining more and more traction and speed, prophecies are coming to pass. And so now we're having, like I said, we're being more addressed now. Guys of their ages are out there. People are lying on us, lying on our doctrine, trying to give their 2 cents of what they're about. So a lot of false witnesses are rising. Guys like Vocab Malone, that snake in the grass. The guy's an agent. As you can see, the Spirit's revealed. He's trying to link us to terrorism. So he's giving out false witness. Lies, hypocrisy. Again, like I said, false witness. One of the major guys. There's also a video of a pastor that did a short video that came to some Israelites in Florida. And what he had to say about Israelites. So we're dumb, we're occults, we're thugs, we're this, we're that. But these are supposed to be Christians. But we're words of love and of forgiveness, If we're so minuscule, if we don't know anything, why all the attention? Well, it's because His word is getting to them, okay? This doctrine is powerful, man. There's power in word, man. That's why Scripture said we came to in power and word, because the words of the Heavenly Father there's complete power in it when you have faith in it, and that's what's being pushed. It's not our own agenda. We're pushing the words of Yahweh Bashim Yahushai, and because that vibration is going on the spirit, it's changing the world, man. The words of Yahweh Bashim Yahushai is changing the world to where prophecies is coming forth. America's being brought down, which America's Babylon the Great in the scriptures. Okay, it's causing World War III. It's changing the minds of the people. The elect and those that are destined to be destroyed. The vessels fitted for destruction and wrath on this side. This word is a two-edged sword, man. It's either going to heal or it's going to hurt, man. And this word and the doctrine we push is for life for those that's unto life, and for death is for those unto death, man. But like I said, if we're so insignificant, why all the attention now? It's because His word is getting to them, that these things are reigning true, and the non-believers are being cut to the heart. So it's affecting them. It's rousing up those demons, man, to where they have to say something. But like I said, we're coming to those times, man. And in the way they're lying on us, and the way they're going to persecute us, which is already starting, it's only going to increase. But through prophecy, we know that we're going to be delivered. We're going to be protected. Why? Because of because of the power in the name that we come in, man. Because of whose words we're speaking. They're coming up against the Heavenly Father ultimately, man, as the scriptures say, which I'm going to get. Like I said, it wasn't going to be too long. I was just going to go into Acts the 5th chapter on the account of Gamaliel. But they're ultimately coming up against the Heavenly Father, man. They're lying on the Heavenly Father's word. This word really hates Yahushua, man. This word hates Yahushua and the Heavenly Father Yahweh. Okay? And the Most High hates His world. He's not with it. Otherwise, that's why the world is in the state that it's in, man. That's why Israel's 2/3 of our people is in the state that they're in, man, because He's not dealing with them, so they're left to their own devices, their own destruction, their own demons, and their own pleasures. And the same thing with this world, man. This world is covered in darkness and ran by Satan, okay? And so this world, and even it's Christian doctrine, man, is of the world and of Satan, man. It's of the left-hand side. And that's why it's so adverse against, it's ultimately adverse against the scriptures and the word of the Heavenly Father, okay? Right, this world really hates Yahweh Bashim Yahushai. That's why the scriptures say my name is dreadful among the heathen, man. But ultimately they're coming up against the Heavenly Father, man. They're coming up against His word, and they're ultimately coming up against Him, man. So we're just the messengers, man. But they've always persecuted the prophets. They've always killed the Most High's men. But at this time, it's going to go around. The Most High is going to give his men the victory, and he's going to lift up a standard for his men. Because throughout the ages and throughout reincarnation, you've always perished for the word, the testimony of Yahweh Hashem Yahushua. Okay? But this time go around, he said there's some of you that shall not taste of death. You know, and that's the majority. Now, there are going to be martyrs and brothers that love not their lives unto death. You know, there's men right now that died in the truth, that are in the heavens, sticking up for the elect, man, rooting for the elect. You know, as the scripture says, we give the Heavenly Father no rest down here to the Made Jerusalem of praising the earth. There are spirits that of men that died in the truth, man, that are doing the same thing on the side of the Heavenly Father, man, in his ear. Let's grab that real quick. Now, I'm in traffic, so I may not read all of these, you know, so I'm going to quote a lot of scriptures. Revelation chapter 6, verse 9. And when he had opened the fifth seal, I saw under the altar the souls of them that were slain for the word of the Most High, and for the testimony which they held. Okay, and those souls are in the heavens right now, man. And they cry with a loud voice, saying, "How long, O Lord, holy and true, dost thou not judge and avenge our blood on them that dwell on the earth?" Okay, and that's going to be for men that's going to die in this thing as well in this time, man. But also that has perished in truth so far. You know, those souls are giving the Heavenly Father no rest, man. You know, pleading for the avenging of their souls, along with the persecution of the elect that's being persecuted right now. Okay, and white robes were given unto every one of them, and it was said unto them that they should rest yet for a little season until their fellow servants also and their brethren that should be killed as they were should be fulfilled. Okay, and so they're going to rest for a little while as well, and then the rest elect that may be martyrs for the testimony of Yahweh Shai is going to meet them, and then after that, the deliverance of the elect that's going to make it to the end, and we're all going to meet together in the chariots, man. You know, that's First Thessalonians the 4th chapter. We're going to meet in the cloud. We shall not prevent them which are asleep. Okay, but they're giving the Heavenly Father no rest as well, man. You know, but I said ultimately they're coming up against his word. Okay, so let's go back to Acts the 5th chapter. Okay, it's Acts chapter 5, verse 34. Then stood there up one in the council, like it's early in the morning, a Pharisee named Gamaliel, a doctor of the law, which Paul set up under the feet of Gamaliel, man. So if that guy was Alizé, you know, Sakari, talking about Paul didn't know what he was talking about, he went off, man. Gamaliel was a doctor of the law, you know. Paul said he was a Pharisee of the Pharisees, man. So it's touching the law, man. Blameless, man. He was brought up under the feet of Gamaliel. You know, and you talk about the law, or you know, you going and say, on the law, you would kill someone for eating a turkey on Thanksgiving. You going off, man. Saying that Paul didn't know what he was talking about. You know, Paul was taught directly of Yahweh Shai, man, for 3 years. Okay. You know, just as a side note, named Gamaliel, a doctor of the law, had a reputation among all the people, and commanded to put the apostles forth at little space, and said unto them, Ye men of Israel, take heed to yourselves what ye intend to do as touching these men. Okay, he said, be careful, man. For before these days rose up Judas, boasting himself to be somebody, to whom a number of men, about 400, joined themselves, who was slain, and all as many as obeyed him were scattered and brought to naught. Okay, so he's going to different accounts of guys that stood up of their own will, trying to start a revolution and a rebellion. You know, and that's happening in this time now. There have been different movements. The Black Panther Party back in 1960s and 70s. You know, the Nation of Islam, the new Black Panther Party, all these different things that aren't amounting to anything, man. You know, these other movements aren't working. And then they're being scattered and they're being broken. They're not having any traction and any real impact, you know, on the world. Especially for our people, okay? After this, man, rose up Judas of Galilee in the days of the taxing and drew away much people after him. He also perished, and all, even as many as obeyed him, were dispersed. And that's what's going to happen, man. The leaders are going to be, and a lot of these leaders are set up anyway, but they're going to end up being Judas ghosts and set up and snuffed out, and their followers are going to be scattered as well, man. Okay? And now I say unto you, refrain from these men and let them alone. For if this counsel or this work be of men, it will come to naught. Okay, and that's the same thing with us, man. If you don't think that the Most High is dealing with us, you think that we're just a bunch of thugs and barbarians, and we don't have any jobs, and we're alcoholics, this and third, which we have. A lot of us have better jobs than y'all, to be quite honest. You know, not boasting and bragging. It just is what it is. You know, and it's not in that. You know, but you know, if you think that we're all these things, man, then hey, you might just leave us alone, man. If we're so insignificant and we're a cult and we're as dumb as you say, and we don't know anything, then it's not gonna come to naught. It's gonna come to naught, man. It'll fizzle out. It's not gonna fizzle out because of our faith and who our power is. But hey, in your minds, man, this is your best bet. You may just want to leave us alone, man. You know, but you can't help. Like I said, you can't help it, man, because His word is getting to you. You know, which I'm gonna pull that later. Verse 39, but if it be of the Most High, ye cannot overthrow it, least haply ye found even to fight against Yahweh. And that's what's going to happen, man. You're going to be found to be fighting against the Most High, man. Because we're doing that. We're just messages. We're just relaying the word, man, of Yahweh Shah to the elect of the nation of Israel and to the rest of the world, man. Letting you know that, well, what's going to happen, man, because of the deeds of the so-called white man, which is Esau according to the Bible. Okay. What's going to happen to the deeds of the rest of the world because of their deeds? What's going to happen to this Christian church? We're letting you know all these things, man, according to prophecy from the Heavenly Father. What's going to take place, man? There's going to be a deliverance only for the nation of Israel, which that's who the Heavenly Father's been dealing with throughout all the scriptures. You know, that promise that was given was only for a certain group of people. It wasn't opened up and altered and changed and opened up to the whole world. You know, we're just telling you all these things, man. But this is from the mouth of Yahweh, the Heavenly Father Yahweh, man. Yahweh Shah. So if this thing is if you keep on, man, and if this work is of the Heavenly Father, you can be fighting against the Most High. And there's a saying, your arms are too short to box with God, man. You know, and it's gonna be to your people's demise. Which, hey, that shows that the Most High is in control of this thing, man. You know. He's setting everyone else up for the okie doke, man, to come against His word so He can destroy him. You know, it's all a part of the movie. You know, but all the persecution lies, man, it's gonna backfire on you people. All the slander that's been portrayed so far and that's coming. You know, you're pretty much putting slander on the words of Yahweh Shemel Shai. And the scripture say He put His word above His name, so that's extremely offensive to the Heavenly Father, man. And you're going to have to pay for it. You're gonna give an account that day, man. According to Matthew 12 chapter. Every idle word that you speak, man, you're going to give an account thereof in the day of judgment when Yahweh Shah shows His face. And for you Christians out there, man, it's not going to be that long, that hippie that you got to put up, you know? Cesare Borgia and Serapis Christians, man. It's not going to be that image. It's going to be a so-called Negro, man, with a woolly afro, man, with a sword in his hand, getting ready to destroy. But by then, it's going to be too late, man. You know, the doors of repentance are going to be over, man. It's going to be time for blood, man. You know? Like I said, this word is getting to these people, man, whether they want to admit it or not. So Hebrews 4:12, because even if you walk by and you hear just a inkling of what we're talking about, a few sentences, a statement, you know, that changes, that word changes people's perspective, man. It changes your perspective versus the Hebrew Israelites. If the word and doctrine is not for you, you're gonna carry that, man, until the time of your demise, man. You know, it either change you for good or it change you for bad, man. It'll change your perspective towards the Israelites, towards the Bible, towards the Most High, towards so-called Negroes, Latinos, and Native Americans in general, man. Then you're gonna start acting upon those thoughts, man, once it's changed, or it's gonna be for you for life, man, and you'll be delivered. You know, but this word, the ones that this word is not for, it scars you. Okay, it scars your spirit and soul, man. And that's Hebrews 4:12, which I got here. Hebrews 4:12, for the word of the Most High is quick and powerful and sharper than any two-edged sword, piercing even to the dividing asunder of soul and spirit, and of the joints and marrow, and is a discerner of the thoughts and intents of the heart. So, hey, man, it's a two-edged sword, man. And these people are being cut, and it's leaving spiritual scars on their soul, man. And they're scarred for life, man, until the day of judgment. And these people are being scarred, and that's a part of this doctrine changing the world, man. Is working on the minds of the people for either death to death or life unto life, man. That's the elect being that savor, the teaching, the house of Jacob, the house of David. I mean, okay. But that's pretty much all I had. I was just kind of thinking about that in the spirit. You know, we're, like I said, that's kind of the spirit right now. Is that they're addressing us. You have agents, you know, setting up, and you have more and more people addressing us online. More slander, you know. But hey, you're gonna be found out to be fighting against the Heavenly Father at the end of the day, man. You know, and you're gonna get steamrolled, you know, through the spirit and physically. Okay, so with that, hey, Lil Williams edifying for Akim. Just how I said, just want to do something quick in the spirit, real quick, just kind of on my mind. I didn't really have anything planned, just, you know, let the spirit roll. But call all Yahweh Bashim Yahushua Bashim Kakadash. Double honors to the apostles and elders of the great millstone who rule well. Peace and blessings to the hopeful elect. Shalom.